the reel-to-reel picture show. And now here's our host, Pat Fuller.
Our show offers you something that no other shopping show has to offer. Let me say that one more time.
You wanted to give your prizes here and that you were here for that great cause of anti-bullying. And there's no way that I can stand here and take all of that from you.
Alright, let's get the small talk, no fancy intro. We got some serious crap that we're delving into this today. This is Pressure Luck, the DVD game. And yes, it's that bad. This is practically the worst Pressure Luck experience any fan of the show could have. And I'm including the Filipino version of the show, well, actually the revival in Whammy, which turned all of the double whammies into stuff out of Double Dare, the crappy looking board, and everything. It was just garbage, and so is this. The game starts off well enough with a few clips from the show, including Larson's run. Please note, this will be one of the only two highlights of the entire game. The second highlight is the host of the DVD version in Todd Newton. Fans may recognize him as the host of the revival of Pressure Luck in Whammy. He did a good job on the actual show, and he does a good job here. Sure, he's not Peter Tomarken, who was still very much alive when this game was being made, but then again, who is? Well, that's all the good parts I have to say about this game. Now we have a lot of bad to cover, and the first bad thing I want to cover is how much of a pain in the ass it was to get footage for this game. Because it's a DVD, I have to hook up to my DVD recorder, but unfortunately my DVD recorder's got copy protection on it, so I can't do that. So what I had to do is get my brother Garrett over here to go to his friend's house and hook it up to his Elgato and get footage that way. I thank you for that. So let me ask you, Garrett, what'd you think of this game? Fuck you! No! Ow! 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 Well, that hurt. Ow! Alright, now let's see how the game is played. Thankfully, there's a helpful video here done by Todd Newton, so we get the comparison between the show and the DVD game. Let's start with the question round. On the show, 3 contestants are asked 4 questions about a variety of subjects. The first person that buzzes in and answers the question, and the other 2 contestants get the answer, and the 2 others must pick out the correct answer. You're watching this, you already know how this works. Correct buzzing answers get 3 spins, correct multiple choice answers get 1 spin. Now let's see how Todd explains it on the DVD game.
Questions in each round depends on the number of players. Player 1 answers the first question, and if correct, they score 3 spins. The other players then have a chance to answer that same question, and if they're correct, they score 1 spin. After everyone's answered, you're shown how many spins you've earned for that question. Player 2 answers the next question first, and if correct, it's their turn to score 3 spins, and so on it goes until all players have had a chance to answer a question first.
I can kind of see why they're getting at here. No buzzers or any other way of signaling is a detriment, but that's one of the limitations of the DVD games. I also kind of get the limits on the questions in relation to the number of players. It speeds up the game, but I don't like the idea that it's 3 rounds. Mainly because it reminds me of that god-awful game show marathon episode hosted by Ricky Lake. But it kind of extends what would have been a short game. Now, the big board is played the same, except for one major difference in the final round.
Rounds 2 and 3 play the same way, except when it comes to spin in round 3. The player with the highest cash total will spin first. The player with the most money at the end of round 3 is declared our winner. So, if you're ready, I think it's time to press your luck.
No! 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 That's not how this works. The person in the lead when we hit the final round goes last. It was that way it was on the air originally in 1983, and Todd knows this since it was that way when it was Whammy in 2002. Hell, the Ludia games got that basic rule of Pressure Luck right. How come those bad games got it right, and yet this one got it oh so wrong? It's probably a lapse of judgment, or to make for exciting comebacks. I don't know. Graphically, this game is all kinds of bad, especially with the highlighting of the options. They look off for some reason, especially with the options of spinning or passing. They don't even match up, and you can see the base text not covered all the way. It just looks awful. The question text is okay, and the borders are fine, but the board doesn't look right at all. There's something off about it. It's like they just inserted the first draft of the board and made into the game. It just feels so rushed and uninspired. The biggest problem I have with this DVD game is the board round itself. Take a look at how the board is running with 5 or 6 lights going at the same time. Now watch it stop. You would think you'd get either one of the 5 or 6 items that is being lit up. But no, it's a random thing that is picked by the DVD itself. It's a big disconnect from the show itself, since you know what you're getting when you do stop the board. But when you play the DVD game, it turns the patterns into a gigantic game of 3 strikes, except when you pull out a number or strike, you instead get a souvenir Drew dollar from Balance Game. Now, the whammies themselves are kind of blah. They don't have the same spark or charm as the old ones do. Not only that, you can barely make out what they're saying. These might be the worst designed whammies out there. At least the ones for the DS and the Wii were okay. They just don't have any care. It's like they wanted to release the game as soon as possible because DVD games were hot and they wanted to make a quick buck so they could do other games. Eureka! This is why the game is so universally hated. This game is nothing more than a gigantic cash-in. It preyed on those who loved the show so much that were clamoring for a home version of the game, and this filled the void. What Imagination Games left them was with less than nothing. It was a DVD full of broken dreams and unfulfilled potential that left the fans disheartened, with bad graphics, lame board, and missed all the charm that the show had. It's like when fans of a show, we'll say Sail the Century for example, were claiming for a revival and finally got one in 2007, only to be given less than nothing with Temptation, the new Sail the Century. The same logic applies here. The Ludia games for the DS, Wii, and the improved version on the PS3 would help fill the void, but not by much. Fans are better off just tracking down Big John's game, Kurt King's old Pressure Luck game, among others that are out there that are free and far, far better executed than this worthless pile of junk. Well, there you have it. Pressure Luck, the DVD game. A DVD game and a game show experience so bad it'd make you want to play Street Fighter the movie, the game, for a truly authentic experience. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Game Show Garbage. I am Robert Seidelman, and the next induction that you'll be seeing is the Winnie Award winner, coming on September 26, 2014. And if you've seen the voting, I think you already know what's going to happen. Million-second quiz. Alright, that's going to do it for me. I'm Robert Seidelman. Goodbye, everyone.